Guys, quick urgent analysis. I wanted to clarify something. Yesterday I shared a bunch of strong scenarios, some really bullish setups forming behind the scenes. Very favorable midterm for Bitcoin. By the way, if you missed it, I've pinned it up top. Sometimes, I like doing these short weather reports, quick videos focusing on the short term, with key levels to watch closely. Let's take a look at what's happening in this pattern. What's playing out right now up at the highs, and what zones we absolutely must not lose. We'll also check out the continuation pattern that's forming after this spring, climbing cone after cone. So my friends, without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. Hello everyone, and welcome to Holding Crypto. Every day I bring you fresh insights and smart strategies to help you make money in this market. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell right now. Alright, so here guys, we've got a Wyckoff style structure. BC here, another BC, UT phase again, and then we fall into the creek, sliding down this long slope into the spring, like pulling back a stretched elastic band. Then we bounce back into the range. Right here, we've connected the key zones 1 and 2, again 1 and 2 here, and now we're back inside the range. We form the LPS as we return to the creek area. Next, we get that fast jump above the creek, right above this line here. That's the jump across the creek. Then we move back into this zone, hovering just above the previous highs and closes. We're building a source here, a structural base, and this is the zone we absolutely must not lose. Now careful, we might get a fake out, maybe dip just a bit below, like a mini falling wedge with little Chinese chopsticks. Nothing too ugly. We might grind the lower zone a bit before bouncing. So yeah, we could easily stay here for another solid week, consolidating inside this sauce structure. What we really don't want to see is this top of range zone getting built, only to be invalidated right after. If we just came here to grab liquidity from the UT phase, then reject hard and fall back inside the range, then yeah, I don't have a solid scenario for that. But logically, we'd be stuck zigzagging here for a while before breaking out. That to me still remains the most likely scenario. And just take a look. Here's another pattern that fits perfectly. Here, we've got the weekly ATH, and you can see the spring level here. So we had the big drop, pulled the elastic, then boom, bounced back with a strong jump. That was the jump across the creek, blasting through this long downward channel with a massive move. Now, we're moving from one accumulation cone to the next. That was a huge bullish spike out of the accumulation zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down here briefly, bounced off the bottom, and launched again. That would give us a deeper falling wedge as we saw something longer and broader, which actually strengthens the structure before breaking out. Of course, if we reach these zones and break down, I'd have to drop the bullish scenario and switch to something less optimistic. If we fail this cone, if we lose that support and re-enter the weekly ATH range, that would be really ugly. We could drop as low as $100, revisiting deep areas of the range, and that's something no one wants to see. Now, personally, I don't think it'll happen, but I still want to keep you informed and help you monitor these critical levels. As long as we're oscillating inside this structure, with maybe a few wicks poking out but quickly re-entering, that's fine. But if we lose momentum and start building structure below, then I won't be thrilled. And we absolutely don't want to lose that jump across the creek, because that's a strong signal we're going below the range again. And if that happens, it's almost guaranteed, and trust me, we don't want to see that. For now, that's not the case at all, but we're watching closely. So I invite you all to stay tuned for these short updates, because if I decide to pull out, if the midterm bullrun signals get invalidated, I'd rather exit the market for a month or two and buy back lower than get dumped on and drown underwater for months. Personally, I'm still bullish on the medium and long term, at least through the end of the year, and we'll reassess from there. In the meantime, we stay cautious. As long as we haven't clearly broken out of this compression zone, we're still inside this Wyckoff structure. We're still in an accumulation zone. This is a Wyckoff, an accumulation strategy, and we're at the very end of it. We need to break out to shift into a new market phase. That's the idea. We've built a big box. Now we want to finally break out of it and move on. Build new structure like we did before. We've been climbing box by box this whole bull run. Big box, then boom, upward move. Then we consolidate again. We build another box, and we move again. We want to see the same thing now. Break out of this box, climb to new highs, and create the next structure. We zigzag a bit more. Then we want to see that clean breakout. Exit the box hard, and go explore new price territory. That's the goal, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this quick video, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one.